Hello children. Okay, you have seen the teaching about the Jesus in the session 2 of your 9th standard syllabus of history, Christianity and Islam. Okay, you have seen, right? And you have watched the video of session 2. Okay, welcome back to the same lesson of your 9th standard Christianity and Islam. That is the today's I am going to handle session 3. In that session, to start about the spread of Christianity. Okay, I'll just realize or else I'll give the one more time the idea or else I will repeat about the teaching of Jesus Christ. Isn't it children? So okay, in previous sessions first and second we were discussed about the Jesus Christ. Who is that Jesus? Who are the parents of the Jesus? Isn't it? In what kind of the family he came up and from whom he got a lot of knowledges and how he has enlightened for the Zeus community people in that period and what was the condition on that time about the Zeus people and under the Roman Empire, isn't it? This is the Roman Empire, one of the very great and the largest empire in the world, and in that you can see in the Europe also, isn't it? And really they had given a lot of their skills or their contribution for the society, isn't it? That is the next rest of thing. But as we are studying in the 9th standard of about the Jesus, and Jesus that period what kind of the teaching he had given? He had given 7 points, isn't it? 7 wonderful teaching he had given that I said you in the session 2. Okay, in that the main thing he said, the first one, the God is only one and he is the entirely creator of the creature, isn't it? Wonderful thought had said by the Jesus, isn't it? This kind of the thoughts we can see in our India by the our really Hindu religions, isn't it? We can see this also. And everyone should develop the brotherhood, isn't it? The brotherhood, the nature we have to develop, that is said by the Jesus, isn't it? That is a wonderful concept. If we are having the brotherhood among our neighbors, not at all we are going to do have the enemies in our life. Always we will get the best blessings or the support by our neighbors or else our relatives, whatever, wherever, how we are going to follow the good things in our life, we are always going to have the good happens only in our life. That depends how we does that kind of the reaction or react, we will get it in the society. And leaving the people who in the distress, for them if we helped, that will be equal to what? That it will be equaling the Jesus says worshipping to the God. If some are facing any problem, we'll help them means he says worshipping God, that is also equal. If the people are in distress, we are going to help them, and here we are going to worship for any God, isn't it? That will be equal. Means we'll get it here, blessing by the God. And one more thing he said, we have to serve to others without having any expectation. That is a very important thing. What he said, usually we the human things, what we will be having the concept that if once we will help to others and we think that okay, in my any problems conditions they will come to help us. No, we should not feel like how. If really we want to help, we can help to them. But he says, if you are helping, never ever expect anything from them. That is said by him. Okay, very wonderful concept teaching has said by the Jesus. And he said, serving to people is equal to God. That is also I said you in the previous class, Janaseviya, Janardana Seve, that concept also we can see in our state or in our nation. And if one repents of his mistake, God will forgive. That is a very wonderful concept, children. Actually, we does a lot of mistakes every day, right? And we will not at all having any that repentance, oh, I did it, isn't it? But really, children, if we does the mistake, we have to repent about this and that mistake what we have done. No, God usually will forgive that, isn't it? Usually we does that kind of the mistakes. Everybody will does that, whether it's a small baby or mummy, papa, or teachers, whoever. Mistakes will be done doing by everybody, but we have to try to improve that. That is the very important, isn't it? Mistake we does means, oh sorry I did it. No, next time we should have a concern about that. Yes, it should not be happen next time, isn't it? And that is also a good point we have to follow, and with that we have to repeat ourselves. Yes, I did it. I should not let it happen to like this with others. I should not do it once more in my life. Isn't it, children? That is a very important thing. That is by the very lovely teached by the Jesus in that period. Even till today also, the Bible is telling the same thing. And if one repents for his mistakes, I say to you, God obviously he or she will forgive us. Love your enemy and love your people and do the good who want to warm you. Why the people they say it means? Because the Roman Empire, not at all these people were loving to the slaves people, isn't it? They were feeling the slaves are like a nothing, they are having the any category, or else they are not at all a human mankind. They were thinking like how? But Jesus said, okay, they are envying you, let them. They are not at all giving the respect to you, let them. But you people, love to them, do the good to them. Not only I am entirely pointing for the Roman Empire, it is for all, isn't it? We always loving for others, or else we does good for others who wants to harm us, isn't it? If they want to harm us, we have to warm to them, isn't it? Warming is a different, harming is a different. If they want to harm us, by warm welcoming heartily we have to say thank to them. Why? Because by giving others construction or else their guidance will improve ourselves, isn't it? That is also good point to us only. Okay, these the good points had really had become a very successful to spread the Christianity in this world. Yes, children, it had become a very successfully to spread the Christianity by 12 astrocells we says. Then ma'am, what is this 12 astrocells? What is the thing? How they had become a very successful to spread this Christianity under this kind of Roman Empire? Isn't it, children? I'll tell you. These 12 apostles means who? The 12 followers or else the students of Jesus, for the group of 12 people, that is called in their language 12 apostles. Among these people, the Saint Peter is a very important. Okay? 12 apostles. I will repeat one more time. These are the group or students or followers of Jesus. For 12 members groups, they call 12 apostles. Among them, the Saint Peter is the very important. Madam, very important means what is the main work he has done? Yes, in the Rome, such a beautiful place at present, right children? He has established church and sent missionaries to spread all over the world the Christianity. Such is a really tough work, children, isn't it? To spread, it's not a corona to spread it very easily all over the world. It's a matter about the church and sent missionaries to spread and give the knowledge what has taught by the Jesus, isn't it? Now see, the corona had become a very successful to spread all over the world very easily, but this is not at all a good thing, right? But the Saint Peter had become very successful by establishing the church and sent missionaries. First, he has started established the church in the Rome, and that the church is at present most religious center place of Catholic people. Catholics religious center at present which the church has established by Saint Peter at present in the world, that is the very much religious center for the Catholics. Ma'am, who is this Catholics? I'll come to point. Okay, Catholics and Protestants, they have made two sects. To come for about the Catholics and the Protestant sects, I will give you whatever the problem they faced to establish such a nice community in the world. I said you 12 apostles were there. In that, the Saint Peter is the one of the famous person or important person. He had struggled very much to spread the Christianity, and he had become successful also. That is a very great thing. Okay, and that period, what had happened? The Roman Empire, firstly, they left that Christian people to, they didn't, what they left means they didn't given that much concern on them to stop this Christianity to spread. Okay, but in that condition, they have used it very nicely and they started to spread. But slowly they started to abstract to that to spread. Abstracts means to make some problems to them to stop it. Many obstacles they made to stop the to stop to spread the Christianity in the world, but even though they didn't stop their work, they started to work it hardly. Their hard work and made them to have the successful in their life. So what at present the 29 percentage of largest community in the world we can say for the Christianity. And the 4th century up to for the 1, 2, 3, not only this Saint Peter, the next of the next followers, isn't it? They keep on starting to do, and they were doing the fighting, kind of a fighting only we can say. How means this the Roman Empire wanted to close it this community entirely to decline this community, but these the obstacles who were coming after this 12 members, they entirely going on to spread it, and this kind of the work entirely had gone up to 4th century. That time Constantine, the name of the person are a Roman Empire, that the person name is Constantine. What this person had made, Constantine, what he made means Roman Empire, the Constantine expected this Christianity and made the Christianity as a national religion. What he has made, children? He has expected and he has made as a national religion. So what? So very easily the Christianity is going to spread all over the world. Right or wrong, children? Why? Because which the empire was wanted to decline this community, the next of these successors who Constantine, he had expected this as a national religion. Himself he started to give the support for the Christianity. What they want? The Roman Empire, one of the very largest, biggest empire in Roman, isn't it? Or as we can say in the Europe, they only has expected as a national religion means what they want. They such a they got, we can say in Kannada, right, aane bala banda hage, like how they got a very much support. So very easily they started to spread this community and they had become a very much successful also. What had happened? Christianity of itself, it had become a national religion in a 1330, isn't it? It had become in 313 as a national religion in Rome. Right? Since it had become got lot of support from the Roman Empire. So what? Easily it had started to spread in where all the places? Rome. Why Rome means already the Saint Peter has established the church and missionaries in the Rome. Rome, Greece, these are all the countries named comes in Europe only. Greece, Macedonia and Asia's minor some areas usually got a very much spread in that time. Okay, and conversion carried by the Roman Church and the missionaries to responsible to carry out about these things what thought by the Jesus, isn't it? Who had become a very responsible to continue to do spread of this Christianity means that is the what children? Church and saint missionaries. These two had become very successful to spread this Christianity community, right? And what they made, madam, actually the expansions and whatever the responsibility had taken by the church and Saint Mary, Saint missionaries, they started to give the some service for the society. What kind of the service they started to give? And they made the book for the Christianity people. That is the book we can say the holy book of Christianity. That is the what children? Bible. All you are knowing, isn't it? Bible. Bible is the holy book of Christianity, and Quran is the Bible of, sorry, it's a holy book of Islamic, right? Ma'am, is there for Hindu? No. There is no any particular book like how for the Hindu religion, but most of the Hindus follows the Bhagavad Gita, right? Holy book of Christianity is the Bible. Holy book of Islamic, that is the Quran, not Corona, it's a Quran. And many about the Jains also books comes, for the Buddhas also Asangata books comes. You people have to practice it for what community, what the holy book is there. Okay. So Bible, I will tell you about the some information about the Bible. Bible is a holy book of Christianity. It has two sessions. So what the sessions we are conducting, like how even this Bible also have the session. How many sessions it has, children? Two sessions it has divided. What? One first session says about the Testament. Okay, Testament and New Testament. Two kinds of sessions they made in the Bible. New Testaments and second one Old Testaments, isn't it? There are two kind of testaments is there. So what testaments means, what we can say in Kannada, Odambadike we says, isn't it? Odambadike we says that there is the two sessions they made it, Old Testaments and New Testaments. It was originally written in Hebrew language. In what language we can say ma Bible? It is written in the Hebrew language, isn't it? This was the very easy language to understand the Jews, isn't it? Why? Because the very much problems was faced by Jews community, right? To make them to understand very easily the divine spiritual teaching enlightened by Jesus in the Hebrew language. The originally the holy book of Christianity, the Bible is written in the Hebrew language, that is the Bible. It has two sessions. In that two sections, they made many sessions, Old Testaments and New Testament they made and translated to the English during the reign of King James First of England, in whose period they made it as translated to the English means in the James First. James First, he is the King of England. King of England. In his time, the Bible has translated by Hebrew language to English language. Understand, children? Is it clear to you? Originally, the book is in the Hebrew language, and the time of James First, the King of England, in his period, it has translated to English language. Is it clear to you? And it has a two sections. And sections deals with, or first deals with, means first sections what is deals? It deals about the life of teaching of Jesus, isn't it? First deals with religious beliefs of Jews. What the Jews people were believes, what kind of the religion they were following, that is says by in the first sections, and in the second sections what they says means Bible is widely now it's spreaded all over the world, but many people Bible means they says it is the only holy book of Christianity. Even you people have to have the extra idea about the Bible originally it is in the Hebrew language. It has a sections, two sections I have written. It has a two sections. In that two sections, Old Testaments and New Testaments, and it has the when the period of the James First, the King of England, it has translated to the English language, and in that the two sections I said, the first sections Old Testaments, it says the beliefs and release of the Jews, what kind of beliefness and what kind of the religions they were following about the no, give the idea about the Jews. And second thing, the second section deals with the life of and teaching about the Jesus, isn't it? Is it clear to you children about the Bible? Fine. And now the Bible is translated to in the many languages in the world at present, right? Okay. So I said you by the Saint Peter, this Christianity spreading is started, and in the third century, isn't it? End of third century and beginning of the fourth century, by the Roman Empire, Constantine himself he has declared or expected as the Christianity national religion, right? So very easily they got a very much support by Roman Empire, means they had become a very successful to do all over the world to establish the church and missionaries. Okay, by that how the kind of service they started to give, ma'am. Now the Jesus is not there, and what the work they started to do? Only the teaching they started to do, or the rest of the thing they started to do a what? Yes, very interesting children. Of course they established the church and sent missionaries. By that such a wonderful good work they started to serve for the society. What they made? Contribution, we can say, for the contribution of Christianity. What kind of the contribution they have given for the society? Christianity has taught the noble principle of peace and brotherhood to the world. Very, very important, children. Why? Because the peace, isn't it? This peace is followed by all the countries' peace, not at all. We are going to have the any enemies or no need to have the boundaries also in the nation or as the states between, isn't it, children? So they said Christianity usually given the trust part to have the peace first, isn't it? And the brotherhood, that is a very important, they said, and they started to have that kind of the nature, and they given teaching for the society. And the educational center established by the churches and the missionaries have played the significant role in what? Role of growth of education. We have to say thanks to them, isn't it, children? Because education is a very important for all the society category people, because there is no education means that the person, we can say, there is no soul in his or her body. Education now it has become a soul of everybody's, right? So this the church or missionaries, what role, significant role what they took means they started to give the education, isn't it? Because education makes the person very strong, and it gives the very right guidance to person to have or decide themselves what is the good or what is the wrong way, isn't it? It such a gives the very nice guidance to persons in or for the community. So it is a wonderful work has done by the Christianity. That is what they started to give the education. Have played this is a significant role also, we can say. And Christianity has introduced the Gothic style in architecture. What kind of the style they given? Gothic style, you people have heard, children? For example, if you have seen any movies, Kannada or English has stated, they have located location as used in the Rome means Gothic style, isn't it? Angels, we can say, and much of the person's bodies will be there, and they will be having some background feathers. They will having, they are will be holding the star in their hand, isn't it? Our grace designs will be there, very fluffy designs will be there. That kind of the Gothic styles, their contribution has given by Christianity. And they says for that Gothic style, that is the kind of style, architecture style given by the contribution of Christianity, isn't it? Gothic style. If your parents allowed you to see about the Gothic style, especially in the Rome, we can see very wonderful children. If they permitted you, you can watch and see yourself, you analyzing, oh my God, such a wonderful architecture style their contribution has given by the Christianity. Yourself, you are going to do, give the word. Okay, then missionaries have an extended health service all over the world. Health service, that is also very important. Why? Because health is health is what, children? Health is wealth, right? So health service they started to give. So for this, can we take any example by the Christian community, by the missionaries, children in our India? Yes, just think Mother Teresa, right? Her name only the comes always first in everybody's mouth about the health service, the name if we had taken. Right or wrong, children? Yes. Her name, if comes also, we feels very great because she is an Italian, right? But she came and settled down in our nation, right? But such a wonderful health service she has served in our nation, right? So that is also kind of contribution of Christianity. And one more, the very important, the contribution they made, that is for human. They started to give the education for human, and they started to give the health supporting for weaker. Weaker means it won't mean that they will be not having the very particular protein or a vitamin, not that kind of the weaker. Economically or educationally or in the society, if they are out of the border, that person also we can say the weak. For them also they started to give the work. What kind of the work? That the work they have to come for towards to the strongness, isn't it? That is also very good thing about the Christianity. And ma'am, you said the sects, you said about the teaching about the religious center Catholic, I said yes, children. Later what it happened? So to make a spread of this Christianity, they had become a very successful, and later what it happened, the missionaries and the church, day by day it had gone under the control of noble society people and the landlords. What had happened? Later, day by day, the church and missionaries, they started to lose their controls on the spreading, or else the giving the same control of, taking the control of on the Christianity. What had happened? In that condition, people usually started to oppose this religion. Why? Because not at all getting the proper principles by the Jews. That time people started to oppose it, and that period who the Martin Luther started to Reformation movement in Germany. That is a very important, children. The Reformation movement by whom it has started means you have to take the name Martin Luther, and where he started means you have to say in Germany. And they are what they were merged the Reformation they made, even though the Christianity had separated in the two sects. That the sects what? Catholic and Catholic one sect, and one more is Protestants. These two sects had divided into the Christianity. Even though Christianity is at present most populated or else the very popular community we can say. Okay children, with this I am going to wind up your first history lesson, the Christianity. But till Islamic lesson is remaining, in the next session I am going to start your Islamic lesson. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Okay children, please read the textbook.